Welcome, viewers, for this presentation. Those of you who are online and TV and everywhere, I take it a privilege to share with you some of the things that I have mastered and some of the things that I have experienced so that we can share and have some help. I have a very big challenge, and that is a challenge that the world is facing today, and that is the Father. We usually pray, our Father that is in heaven. And what is exactly needed is the model of a father. James Dobson, one of the counselors, wrote, he said, I spend a lot of time on my knees on how to raise my children. And viewers, it's a very big challenge to us as fathers, as parents, as mentors, because many young people today are looking at a father as a model. It's very unfortunate that today someone wrote, Amino Crisp, in his book, The Father. He says there is one divorce out of every 3 marriages in the United States. And that means the children miss their fathers. In France, thousands of divorces can be counted each month. And in the whole world, there seems to be a greater proportion of marital unhappiness and discord than the number of married people. We live in a time most uncertain, where the significance of a father is not realized. This comes with the challenge of developments that keeps the father away from home most of the time, and leave alone the divorce rates in the world today. Friends, the father in the Bible is meant to be a model. The Bible in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4, it says, and you fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and admonition of the Lord. The father is mentioned here as a model. There may be challenges and excuses for not playing our part, but all the same, we have to be a model to society and to our families. And the great leaders of today will only lead by example. And the church, the world today, depends on the family. And the father plays a key role as far as the family is concerned. In Deuteronomy, in the New King James Version, chapter 6, verse 6 and 7, it makes this very clear. You shall teach them, the children, you shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk to them when you sit in your house, when you walk in the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. The father is supposed to be a priest for his family. And that's very, very key. Would have fewer problems today if the father played his role. Fathers, we need to talk to our children. We need to settle issues in our homes. If we have to have great leaders, if we have to be by God's word. However, as we try to do many things in life, build a career, build homes, do businesses, be preachers to others. The list is endless. Yet we fail with our families. We have lost it all. Families are number one. I was reading something on Napoleon. It says, at Armson in France, someone wrote, I saw Napoleon's most precious remembrances, the pen with which he signed peace treaties in the capital of Europe, the crown he distributed to his brothers and sisters. But in the center of that museum, there is a harp with broken chords, a symbol of his unhappy love with Josephine. And this is a great lesson for us all. Napoleon conquered many kingdoms, but he knew not how to build up that was his own family. Brethren, we need to look at our families. We may win, we may achieve, but if we have failed with our families, if we have failed to be models, we'll have lost it all. One may think this is an easy occupation for which neither examination nor degree are required. To fall in love with a girl is sufficient. To go to church, to put a gold or silver band on one's finger, to go on a honeymoon, to rent an apartment, to buy a dressing gown and be served with a wife. The answer is no. The father may seem like a master, but he's the servant of the entire family. He's a gardener who cultivates many flowers only to give them to others someday. He's the man that has the heart of a mother. Even if he never tells you so, condemned to weep never with his eyes, but with his brow covered with the pearly sweat of heavy daily work. However, God grants him a participation in his mysterious power of invoking life, the consolation of a creature, fruit of his love. Fathers, it's key that we look at what we need to do in this life. It can be assured that as long as God grants man the honor and fulfillment of being, he will not grow tired of the world. Let's not be tired as fathers. We need to take our example as God himself, because he was patient with us. He wanted to redeem us. He sent his only son, Jesus Christ. He was an example. He stood with him until the end. If he did not do his part, no way. Salvation would have been lost. Praying together every evening, receiving communion at the same altar, weeping together, rejoicing together, plucking a petal from the daisy of life each day, and saying to his companion, I love you. Forgive one another. We should be an example of forgiveness. In Psalms 127 verse 3, it says, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a real blessing. Can we treasure that? There is a need to value our children and know their stages of development if we are to reap good out of them. We need to invest our wisdom, our resources, if we want our children to be a blessing. During adolescence period, however, the father almost becomes more of a stranger. And this is where we have lost many young people. This is a period a parent, especially the father, should be more close than before. In general, at the age of 14 marks a rather serene in a boy's development. Where are you when it comes to that age bracket? There could be disaster without being aware of it. A father, on the other hand, can convince his children that one can remain pure even when in love. He can then spare them those experiences which shatter the ideals and poetry of life, making young people old at the age of 20. Because if we fail to be an example, we've lost our young people. A father can do much more than a mother. Sons look up to him with more trust. Daughters see him a man whose strength and firmness they admire. The father. The father who knows the art of becoming his children's friend will be the most needed counselor of their youth. And dear viewers, remember that after having done everything possible, you must not complain if there is one foolish head among your children. Perhaps the Lord wants us to understand that He is the great teacher and that the merit of another's goodness is not all ours. My prayer: do your best and God will do the rest. I pray that God will make you a better model as a father. And God will bless us. He will stand with us so that we can raise children that will be great leaders for now and for the future to come. May God bless you.